Okay, this is a safety video about painting. So we're still in the back painting closet, or the closet, the art closet. And as you can see, that all the paint is lined up in rainbow order-ish. So white is on that side, then it changes to pink, and then you have your rainbows. Okay, then you have your blacks and your browns. These are all acrylic paints right here. Okay, they're the ones that we mainly use to paint something like cardboard, or paint on the wall, or doing something like that. They will stick in brushes and ruin the brushes if you don't clean them out correctly. They will stick on your clothes. Okay, so you want to be very careful when you use any of these. Over here, also in rainbow order, are the watercolors. Okay, this is liquid watercolor. Okay, and they will stain clothes. They'll actually stain your hands too, but it will come off in a couple of days, or if you wash it with some really gritty soap, sometimes it'll come off. So I wouldn't worry about it, but try not to get it on your clothes because they will stain. And those are liquid watercolors. The liquid watercolors you really only use on paper. Okay, and they're all back here, so that way we don't have spills. If we do have spills, at least it's contained to the closet. Anytime you want to get liquid watercolor or acrylic paint, you ask before you come in the closet, and I will come back to either help you or show you what you need. There are no brushes back here. All the brushes are in the brush station, and that's where we're going to head to right now. So we need to go out of the closet, and we need to go to sink number 1. Sink number 1 is this one right here on the side of the classroom. Okay, it is where all the brushes and everything are. Okay, so here's the sink. Okay, we have cups. These are all dryers, and you can see I have the cups stacked. That's because if we don't have them stacked and they sit on top of each other, the bottom one and even the inside of the top one, they're going to mold because they didn't dry properly. So we want to stack them. And there's 2 containers here. There's one back here and there's one over here. So there should be enough to hold all of the cups at all times. And even if they're wet, you can just stack them on top of dry ones. They'll dry eventually. No big deal. If they're wet, you can use them still to go and paint with. You don't have to use a new dry one. Okay. Brushes. You can see there's a couple here already. These do not go in here. Even if they're wet, you're going to dry them, and we're going to put them back, put them back in the brush container. So they go right inside here, and they find their home. So I can tell that these go with these because they match. Okay? I can tell that all the green ones go with the green paintbrushes, and all the red ones go with the red paintbrushes because they match. So you just put them back where they're supposed to go. That way they all stay organized and we can all find stuff. Okay, these ones stay with these ones. These ones are a little bit bigger, so they go with their own. Okay, right down here are where you're going to find your cleaners for your paint. So these clean paint off of tables, they'll clean paint off of brushes if you need to. If it's like stuck, you can use this. If you have stuff on your shirt, so if I got something like on my shirt, I'd spray it and rub it in, and when you go to wash it, it usually gets the paint out. So it's very, very good to have around. We also have paint over here. So here's the last thing of paint that we have. This is different types of watercolor palettes. So this is just your normal kind, and you can tell by the outside, it'll tell you what it is. Okay, some of them have brushes in them. That's just because they're brand new. If you take the brush out and put it back in the brush container, I would greatly appreciate it, so I don't have to go and empty all of them later. Okay, there are, in the next one, these are glitter. Okay, make sure that you don't use use too much of this. You know, it's a good idea to use some of both if you're going to do some glitter and then some regular, so that way your glitter really sticks out. We also have metallic. So these are metallic, and I can tell because it says metallic across the top. And there's almost every color that we have. And again, just like the glitter ones, be careful to not use too much because then your whole thing is going to be shiny. It's going to be hard to see. Use a mix of both. We also have paper mache at this table. So if I back up just a little bit, turn, go down, there's paper mache with things you can pour them into. They will all be lined up here. There's also things that you can use with watercolor, which I'll have another video going over later. There's tissue paper, salt, alcohol, Dixie cups to fill like alcohol, or if you need a little bit of liquid, so that way it doesn't stain the bigger cups, and you can just throw these away when you're done with them. We also have farther down on this cart, go around front. Farther down on this cart, there's plates. Okay, the plates are for paint if you need a lot of paint and the palettes don't hold enough paint for you. We can get some plates out when you're done with them. If there's not a whole lot of paint, you can just fold them in half and throw them in the trash. We also have ice cream palettes. They're the lids. You can use them to put paint on, and then they wash off really easily, better than the palettes. But we still do have palettes for you to use if you need a little bit of paint here and there. These are also good for liquid watercolor to put just a few drops in there, and that way you don't waste it all. And I will go over each paint and how to use it in the next video. This is just kind of where to find it and where it goes. Thanks.